Hi guys, my name is Vera, and today in this video I would like to share with you the information about the idea: is the food, the proper nutrition, is it really kind of something that is a medicine for our body? Very often we do hear this kind of expression. I'm pretty sure about that almost everybody did hear that kind of expression. But is this really true? I actually would like to share my own story, because this is more about really what I've been growing with and understood what that really is. This kind of idea of proper nutrition. I was very, very much inspired with my grandma. She was a woman that taught me a lot about proper nutrition, about cooking, about eating freshest organic products every day. And it just like hit me now with these periods of days that she was teaching me, she was telling me something. She never pushed. She thought, you should do this, you should do this way, you should try it a different way. But not only that, she also tried to share with me that the energy of the earth, that the earth does have healing energies. She never explained why is it so. She couldn't, because she just was following her feeling. She was doing her morning routine at 5 a.m. She was waking up at 5 a.m., taking her shoes off and walking in the grass just to feel energized, to get herself that morning boost to proceed her daily routine through the whole day. And her days were often really long, starting at 5 a.m. till 11 p.m. It's like 16 hours a day. It was really kind of like something. I have never asked my grandma, why is that? Why did you do it? Why did you work so hard? But it's not important. The most important thing, what did keep her to be so strong, to work through those hours, and I just keep doing that. And now I understood what was that. It was fresh organic products and waking up in the morning and connecting with the nature. Very often when I had an accident when I was a young child, I was really energetic. Was always running around, thinking that I have wings, and then falling on my knees, hurting my knees. I had always bleeding knees. It's like a regular thing that I always had, and it was like, OMG, I never had nothing, just a little bit bleeding, and then the few scratches, and then it was something natural herbs that were put on to the wounds on my knees or on my elbows, somewhere else, and it was like in a few moments it was just great. In the winter period of time, my dad, I remember, was putting this aloe vera plants towards my knee to say, you will feel bad, it will be great, you're fine and everything, and it did work. I never knew that it will be such a great inspiration for myself to talk about the herbs that I was inspired from my early childhood. I eventually understood this was helping me to keep myself healthy during the period of time that I didn't realize it. I was living my life. I never took a lot of medicine in my life. I understood that it's something weird. It doesn't belong in my body. I always try to heal myself with natural ways. I even tried to stop eating for several days, or just a little bit of food when I was a younger person, because I was feeling that I needed that kind of healing for my body. I didn't really understand that I actually need to change my food style. But I was trying from 15, definitely. Then that subject I was not thinking a lot about. But when I started to live different kind of stage of my life, I moved to a different country. I became to realize that something going on with me. I became sicker and sicker. I had headaches and different kind of uncomfortable feelings that I was thinking something must be done. Something's going on. I need to change it fast. So what did I do? I went more on discoveries online to understand what's going on, to heal my pains. But when I started to go to the nature, taking my shoes off, eating organic products, more salads, I felt, yeah, this is it. This is it what I really need. And I started to do it more and more. And I became vegan. And I do really enjoy this process because it's giving me so much energy that eventually I do believe and in inspiring you that it's true. The proper nutrition, the food that we're having in front of us, understanding that this clear food, those salads are energizing, are making us different people that can think clearly, can be healthy and mindful. But this is not only one thing that I really want to share with you today. There is different ideas that is very important to understand, especially these days. A 2018, very special year, a year of the new beginnings, even more. Why is it so? Because we're having a lot of different kind of energy going through us. The energy that is clearing our way of thinking, our patterns, our health. But we need a little bit cooperate. If we will not do so, we will be sicker or people will die, something we don't want. How to cooperate? We can eat proper food. Start from now, from today, eating organic proper foods. There is actually not much time to think, to doubt, This is why I am inspired to share those videos, because I know that many people will be inspired. I hope so eventually. I also know that those next 10 years, if we will not really change our lifestyles, we will feel it on our bodies. We will feel those different kind of disease that we will not be able to heal, because those energies that are coming through us are going to be very, very pushy, let me put it this way. It will be happening anyway. And when we can help that process with just thinking, this is good, that is not good to put inside of my energy, inside of my body. Those next 10 years are very important to change our lives. It's very important. There is no much time. We should think about it, be very mindful, and take an action today. But also I would like to share something else with you in a few moments. I would like to read a little bit of inspiration from that book, from that Rainbow Diet, from the doctors that I was talking about from a previous video, but a little bit more about the proper nutrition. So I've got a nice spot to read a book for you a little bit. So this way, it's again, I'm going to show you the books that I would like to share with you, the information that I'm reading from. I find this information really inspiring. It's really great to read, to understand maybe something. It will be not easy to read this book because it does have those principles that are still not really discovered yet in our modern life, but many people already do realize it. But I also realize that this book will help me understand many things that I understand already, but not only on that kind of level. Because I was also sharing this information in my previous video, that this book I bought 3 years ago. I found it so inspiring and interesting. I knew I will read it one day, really great. But at that moment, when I received the book, I couldn't read it. It was just too heavy stuff for me. It was like, weird, why can't I? But now I understood during those 3 years that I was discovering different kind of ideas from many simpler sources that were explaining different kind of ideas about energy fields, about inspiration, about energy flow and energy healing. How does it really work? That I actually understood that it's much easier for me to read this book these days. So it was necessary to prepare myself so I can share this information on a different kind of scale. So I would like to read a little bit about chakra system. We probably hear a lot lately chakras. Proper translation is energy discs that are in our body system, and not only those main energy discs that we are having through our body, we have also the whole of our body, mini tiny energy discs. So when the energy goes and flows through our body, it goes through like easily through the whole of our system, from our upper side to down and to different parts of our body, flowing when our body is well maintained on a spiritual and physical level. This way we get nutrient energy for our body that we don't really need to eat that much. But even if we do so, it's absolutely not a big deal. Our body cooperates great with the energy, and that proper nutrition that we are taking, when we realize that it's such a great one. I have kind of a friend here on my head, so anyway, it tries to sit on my nose now. Yeah, that's great. Let's talk about chakra system, or read about this. To understand, it's actually a little bit itchy. Yeah. To understand how energy is assimilated. Hey, my friend, let's get out of here. To understand how energy is assimilated, we have to be aware of the subtle energy systems that assimilate it. As a first step in defining the meanings of nutrition and assimilation, we will explore the first of three main subtle energies system of the human organism. This lays a foundation for understanding the relationship of nutrition or spiritual development. By the way, spiritual, it's not religious. It's just connecting yourself in a very great and healthy way with a little bit higher powers that we can imagine, and make ourselves healthy, happy, positive. So just don't take like this, that I'm telling something, putting you in some kind of direction that is not good. It's that kind of direction that is inspiring for myself. Just keep myself healthy and happy and see the better world here around me. The chakra system is a subtle energy system that has been described for thousands of years in spiritual traditions. In Sanskrit, the word chakra means wheel. It has come under common usage in the West through yoga teachings that have diffused into our culture. The Tibetans refer to these energy centers as a khor-lo, which also means wheel. In the Sufi tradition, some call them latifas, or subtle ones. In the Bible, John refers to these centers as the 7 seals on the back of the Book of Life. In early Christianity, they were often referred to as the 7 churches. The Kabbalists refer to the centers as the 7 centers in the soul of man. There is obviously a historical cross-cultural tradition among many of the major religions that validate the existence of these subtle energy centers. For our purposes, I would like to use the commonly accepted term chakra for the system of subtle energy centers. So in this part of the video, I would like to read a small piece of the information about essential function of the chakras. This kind of information I would like to share with you because I always talk a lot about the energy system and the proper nutrition about our energy system, and how is it related to each other, what kind of influence does it have on our body when we eat proper or unhealthy nutrition. So, essential function of the chakras. This is general consensus on the essential function of the chakras. Differences exist. However, on the details, David Tinsley, an English radionics practitioner and author of many books on subtle energies, feels the chakra system picks up energies originating from every level of the cosmos. This includes our physical, emotional and mental selves, as well as the collective unconscious of our nation and our planet. Dr. Joy is completely certain that the chakra system exists, but that no one completely understands all its functions. In his book, he tentatively takes the position that the chakra system is an interdimensional transducting system. He feels it's affected by thoughts and capable of converting matter into various levels of more subtle energy, transmitting them into the physical system. Its functioning transcends the limitations of time and space. So I hope that you found this information inspiring and a little bit useful. This will help to understand many ideas that I'm sharing in my videos. And I hope that you like my ideas, my videos, and please subscribe when you resonated with my videos. Share with your friends. You can also put your questions here below the video. I will answer them with a pleasure. And I hope you will have a nice day today. It's a sunny day here in Belgium, and I see you next time. Bye bye.